The first thing that I see wrong is where the defensive lineman strikes. So now the offensive lineman feels no power. Then look where the offensive lineman also strikes, in the stomach area. So both using hands with no power behind it. So the defensive lineman takes so many short steps that I think it takes the power out of when he tries to do this outside swim here. Doesn't knock the offensive lineman hands down. Offensive lineman needs to just keep his eyes open and keep his feet moving. Doesn't do too bad of a job. So the defensive lineman does a great job with his first two steps getting a lot of ground. The offensive lineman takes too short of steps for a guy that's getting this high up the field. Doesn't meet him at the spot and gets beat and ran around. My young D lineman, please have a plan. Don't line up in a wide 3 technique just to go down the middle, then just to go inside. It was a lot of wasted time and space, and D tackles, please don't spin inside. So the defensive lineman has a good strike, but steps lateral and stands way too high on the pull, so it's not as effective as it should be. Great job by this nose guard to just attack that low hand, knowing it's going to come fast, and getting straight to the backfield. Working on the center, you got to beat his hand fast, or you have to cover a lot of ground to go get inside. He doesn't cover that much ground. He swims and hits nothing, so that's why he ends up being stuck. Didn't cover any ground on the spin. That's a dead play. So the defensive lineman stands kind of tall here on this jab. He lets the offensive lineman get his hands on first. He's never able to knock him down, and his feet don't have any clear direction where he wants to go. That ends up in a dead play. Got to finish harder than that also. The defensive lineman does a few good things here. First thing is getting off the ball, going forward, making that guard kick, covering a lot of ground to be able to cover the inside. He should have kept the rip in, kept it strong. It would have been able to knock his hands down, but good job. The offensive lineman never strikes, and then when he does end up grabbing his arm and a little bit of his chest, he stops his feet, which allows the defensive end to be able to pull him and keep running by him. Good job by the offensive lineman here staying square. His technique and his feet could have been a lot better. Could have used his hands striking, but him staying square allows it very hard for that defensive lineman to just go right up the field and beat him inside. So the defensive lineman does a bad job of showing where he's going before he actually spins. He spins nowhere, spins in place right in the offensive lineman's arms, which allows him to rotate his hands and finish him off. This is not too bad a job by the offensive lineman, kicking for good width, powering to keep his leverage, striking, kind of missing, resetting his hands while still moving his feet, which allows him to swallow this up. Good job. Defensive lineman cannot swipe with 2 hands and miss with both. Offensive lineman, keep your head up. And when you strike, make sure you grab so you can try to hold yourself and have good control of this defensive lineman. Offensive lineman, when blocking, remember, you guys don't need to have extended and locked out arms. Keep them bent so you can be able to brace yourself, be able to bend your knees so you can be able to sit and shift your weight. Offensive lineman, the timing of your punch matters. He sticks his hands out before he even gets a good grab on him. So now the defensive lineman has too much power and speed and just uses it to win inside. So here there wasn't much hands involved, but look at the feet. He gains so much ground with each step and keeps going forward. It allows the offensive lineman to not get a good clue where he's at. So here I could tell the defensive lineman had no plan. His first step is inside. His second step is wide. He has no plan to use his hands, so just ends up being dead. I love how active his feet are, how they're always going forward. Does a great job here, getting him past the arm, finishing with a rip. So the offensive lineman's timing is messed up, so he doesn't get a good, powerful strike. Then he switches his post leg back, so now the defensive lineman has enough power to just drive inside. This offensive lineman is striking way too wide, allowing the defensive lineman to get into his chest way too early. Can't sit down enough. Good job staying on, keeping his feet moving and not allowing him to get snatched down, though. First thing first, stop going to pass rush camps and bull rushing. It's not fair. Offensive lineman got to open his eyes up so he can be able to strike and have a chance to be able to sit down on here. The DN here, if he knew he wanted to go inside, he should have sold the upfield rush with a lot more speed and then make sure he attacks the right arm of the offensive lineman and spun out of it way sooner. So his initial set is good. Where he goes wrong here is he stops the post leg, then brings his right leg around, which turns his body, and now he gets beat.